Welcome to the DaTreeHouse Podcast. I'm your host, Smokey, and he is...
Dojira.
And he is...
RubberDucky.
We're going to start off this week with E3. Dojira?
Okay, so there's this thing going on. Now, it's not exactly new, but E3 likes to hire people with faces, people that are kind of famous.
They try to be as millennials or get with the times.
I
hate that word.
They want to hire people that are sort of famous so that way they can present games for them. But honestly, they should stick it to the developers themselves because apparently on E3, and I saw this myself along with Smokey here,
we had to see this video because apparently Dojira said it was funny. I was like, I gotta see this video.
Funny, cringeworthy, all the above.
Personally, this is Smokey. I love to see people fuck up and suffer. It keeps me going in life.
Did you love it this time? Because I cringed the entire time.
I was wondering, like, dude, bail. It's going worse.
But they hired a guy who made it very clear that he was a YouTube creator. He said it like twice. And he said, I'm going to talk about Need for Speed.
I'm going to talk about Need for Speed. I'm a YouTube creator. Need for Speed.
It's like, I'm a YouTube creator here to talk about YouTube. Here to talk about Need for Speed. By the way, Need for Speed's coming out, and I'm a YouTube creator.
It's going to be a great game.
Here to talk about Need for Speed.
Great game. He my best friend, game dev.
And then he just stopped right there, and he shook his head. And, and talked about a game dev and told him to come up to help him out, basically. And the game dev came up to take over. But goddamn, that was so cringeworthy. I hated watching it.
It was hard to watch, but it was so satisfying. At the same time, like, they really should have just stick with the game devs, like Cliff. Was it Cliff Blazinski? I guess.
Cliffy B?
Yeah, I can still never say his name right.
I mean, it's Cliff Blazinski, but everyone just calls him Cliffy B.
But, like, dude, he fought for what made Gears of War popular today. And it's like, he was phenomenal, game dev, this and that. It's like, why don't you keep him? He wasn't a YouTube creator. He was just a game dev that fought hard because he was a gamer.
Game dev.
Huh?
He was an eccentric game dev. And he also... He
was a gamer.
He fought for things that made Gears of War great, and he also fought for things that would have made Gears of War pretty sexist. Because he fought tooth and nail. Like, no, we gotta have a gun with a chainsaw on it. I don't care, we're gonna have the gun with a chainsaw on it. Until finally the, I guess, upper people were like, alright, fine, fuck it.
Wait, did you say he fought for sexism?
Because
we'll get to that one.
When Gears of War 3 was coming out, he said publicly, you know what? I fought for you guys. I wanted all the women to come out in like bikini clad armor. Everyone shot me down. Every single one of them shot me down. I fought hard for it. No one would side with me. God damn it. Which is cool, because like the women come out in like full armor. It's skinnier armor because the women are skinnier.
Bikini.
Yeah.
But it serves the purpose of armor. It protects them. But he was like, no, I fought for like them to be like bikini clad and this and that. Women. Yeah, scantily clad. Armored women. Yeah, and nobody wanted that. So
I fought to have a satisfying pop if you get a headshot off.
That should have been a skin, but they also should have had like a shirtless Marcus and Dom.
Which they do.
If they were to, do it.
They have
Can it just be DLC?
Marcus and a wife beater.
Why is it called a wife beater, goddammit?
I've heard stories of why it's called that.
Why?
I imagine it has to do with beating wives. I'm not too sure.
Because it's like a redneck thing, and the ones that always beat their wives.
Shirt to beat wives?
It's like the redneck ones are always gonna. Whenever they beat their wives, they're always gonna be wearing
a wife beater.
A wife beater.
Well, now it's all called a wife beater. So a white tank top.
I mean, that's kind of what it's. What is the proper name of this item?
A white tank top.
Isn't it generally
a wife beater?
No, like it has a proper name because like every piece of clothing has a proper name.
I feel like mine was the proper name.
Yeah.
No, because tank top, I imagine a tank top being like the girls thing.
That's a tube top.
Not a tube top. Tube top would be just chest.
Yeah, the good ones.
I'll look up the definition later. But I remember it having like a specific name that wasn't tank top. But I just don't remember what it was. Yeah, but pretty much everyone I've ever known my whole life just calls it a wife beater.
Yeah.
So and same thing for a BMW. It's a Beamer. The fuck is that?
I've heard that, but I don't really know that.
Apparently.
What the fuck is a Beamer?
I don't know. But yeah, that's it's interesting that's how the name came up. Theoretically, I don't know for certain, but that's what I call it. But back to E3.
Yeah.
They've always done kind of like that stuff because like Ubisoft always has Aisha Tyler, which she's awesome. She's good. I've met her. We've met her.
What the fuck is a teraflop?
We'll get to that.
At the very least, Aisha Tyler can improv.
She can improv,
and she
very
knows how
well.
to think on her feet.
She does, and she is quite entertaining. But her humor and whatnot doesn't necessarily resonate with the gaming audience because they're not there. At the very least, me and the people that I know, including you guys, none of us are there to hear like a funny little quip about this or that or a little offshoot of whatever this reminds you of or whatever. We're here. We're watching the live stream because we want to know what game Ubisoft is making. We want to see a trailer. We want to know what the date is. We want to know when it's coming out and all that stuff. We don't care about your stupid little jokes.
We want to talk games.
We want to talk games, which is why when Microsoft first came out at an E3, everyone would just immediately shun them. Because they came out to E3. It's all gamers. That gamers are watching it. People that play games, people that love games, people that make games, they're all watching E3. And all Microsoft talked about was TV this, TV that, TV this, TV
sports
that.
This,
sports this,
that.
sports that.
No, you're forgetting. The fuck's a teraflop?
Alright, fine. I mean, you're the computer guy. You should know what a teraflop is, and even you didn't know what a teraflop is.
That was the first time I've ever heard of what the fuck a teraflop was.
It's pretty much...
We had to look this up. It's a teraflop is a unit of computing. Apparently, it's 10 to the 12th power.
Worth 1 million and 1 million.
Which means jack shit to any of us.
Yeah.
I would think it would make sense to the fucking computer guy over here. Not me and Dojira, the fucking console plebes.
I just think it means it's fast. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it pretty much because the Xbox Scorpio is supposedly going to be... Well, it was already announced, but supposedly it's going to be like completely unveiled with the name. Rumor has it it's actually going to be called the Xbox Scorpio, which would be the first time they ever do that. Because like every time something comes out, it's like the Nintendo GameCube was always referred to as like the Dolphin until they finally unveiled it as the Nintendo GameCube. Like the N64 was never called the N64; it was called the Ultra 64 until they finally did it. Or like the Kinect was always referred to as Natal, even in E3 demos and everything, until they finally like officially unveiled it.
You're saying this is the first instance with a placeholder it remains the same name?
Yes.
So what you're telling us is that it's going to be amongst the stars now. They're going to go to the fucking stars.
Maybe.
I mean, Scorpio?
Instead of PlayStation 5, it's just PlayStation Aquarius.
No.
Nintendo Libra.
I would actually love that. Nintendo Libra.
The smartest thing would be to name it the Xbox One S, but they already have a One. Like they already have the S, so that kind of makes it pointless. They could name it the Xbox One Elite because they already have that $150 Elite controller, and that would like fit in there.
Yeah. Because
they kind of market this as like the top tier. No, like the top tier of console.
It's spreading wildly.
Shut up. But it would be surprising if they actually keep the name because unlike every other...
Alright, sorry about that. The audio legitimately just fucking crashed. I had to restart it. We were talking about teraflops. What the fuck were Ducky, what were you saying?
We got into the Scorpio, I think.
Oh, yeah, that's right. The naming of the Scorpio.
Yeah, because pretty much every time a new console is going to come out, like, for example, on Amazon, it just says, like, the new...
Dolphin.
It doesn't really do that. It just says the new console coming out, whatever. But specific to the Xbox One Scorpio, Amazon has an entire page, an entire, like, subsection that is all Xbox Scorpio. Like, you know how in, like, the left you can pick categories, like, PlayStation, whatever. For the first time, it actually has an Xbox One Scorpio, like, subsection that you can click. That's never happened with any other temporary name of a console. So that, along with other stuff, people are suspecting that the Scorpio will be the official name of it. We won't know until tomorrow.
For most of the claims they're trying to do is like, it could compete with PCs. It's like, it's upgradable, yeah, but I highly doubt that.
The Microsoft panel's tomorrow, right? The conference for E3?
Yep.
Okay. As of right now, we are recording 6/10/17.
Yeah, I really dated myself there, but we'll know for sure tomorrow. And I'm really excited for the Ubisoft conference.
Here's the thing. In 10 minutes, it will be tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, good point.
What?
We're recording like way into the fucking night. But...
Oh, yeah, we had some issues.
Huge fucking issues, man.
Massive fucking issues. But...
Tremendous fucking issues.
Incredulous fucking issues.
Gigantic fucking issues.
There's no point for me to say anything. I got skipped.
Yeah. Wait, which one of us skipped you? Ha! So I win.
What?
I win by default. Because you fucked him over, which means you disqualified him, but in doing so, you disqualified yourself, which means I win. I like them odds.
Sure thing.
I like to believe that. Wait. That reminds me of the Overwatch thing where we came in.
Oh, shit!
We came into a losing fight.
It was on Hanamura. We were defending. Yeah, we were defending.
We were defending. They
immediately, before we pick characters, we hear the beep, beep, beep. It was like they were taking it over. It was 2/3 in. We spawned in. We were playing Mystery Heroes. We spawned in and just started kicking so much ass.
And we know that they got their ass handed to them because they still had like
5 minutes.
No, like 8 minutes left on the time.
Oh man!
So in their first push, they lost the first point and they were about to lose the second point, and then we just spawned in and we kicked everyone's ass.
We came, we saw, we conquered, we made them cry.
What'd you guys come in as for Mystery Heroes?
I spawned in as Diva.
That's Symmetra, I think.
Nice. You got Symmetra. Game over, man.
But then that's not exactly the one I was thinking of.
I died, came in as Zarya, and just started destroying. I got killed. I suicide bombed, got 3 of them. I died. Then I came in as Anna. I was like, all right, the character I'm currently trying to work on.
How to play, basically.
Yeah.
True. But that's the whole site. I vaguely remember you and me were playing competitive earlier this week, and I did something that changed the perspective of the other team or something, and granted, it probably had nothing to do with me, but I told you, like, that's what I choose to believe, and I'm sticking to it. Do you remember what that was?
Oh, was it that kid?
I think so.
You argued with?
Yes. No. We talked about that last time.
Another squeaker story?
No, we talked about that last time. It was something where it's like, that's what I choose to believe. It was earlier this week when you and I were playing.
What were you guys playing as and what map? That probably helps.
It was a competitive game. But we were playing together.
I don't remember, man.
Fuck it. I'll think of it later.
Yeah, please.
It's probably unimportant. But back to the whole E3 conversation. What do you think the price will be for the Xbox Scorpio?
$1.
Okay, that's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it works out.
Okay, repeat the question, please.
It's a bold... damn it.
It's like, we win!
What do you think the price will be?
For the Scorpio?
For the Scorpio, specifically.
I'm going to say right now, $450.
That's a little low compared to, like, usually consoles start out with $500.
At $500, I would think. Like $499.
But since it's coming out as, like, it has the upgradability, or I'll say at max, at base, if you want, or with base, probably like $600. With everything that's currently coming out, like within the first month, you want maximum hard drive, best graphics, best ports.
Why do you think it's upgradable? It's not upgradable. It's one standard box.
I thought this is the Scorpio is going to come out, and it's going to come out like you can upgrade it.
It's going to be the upgrade from the current Xbox. It's not like you get the console and it's like, oh, in a month they'll come out with another GPU, and I could just swap it out.
I thought they were coming out with like that version. Not
no.
Just, oh, okay.
No, that's not what the Xbox is.
No, I'm confused on what the Scorpio really is.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was.
It's just
the new model?
The new model of the current Xbox One, but it is hands down the most powerful console on the market. Because the PS4 Pro, which recently came out, that one only has like 2.7 teraflops of power. Whatever teraflop fucking means. But the Xbox One Scorpio has 6.
You know, clearly
so it's pretty much more than double.
Clearly, we should be hired to go up there and talk about a game in front of a bunch of people.
Fuck no, I have stage fright.
Just give me some alcohol. I'll go out there and just like...
Yeah, because we clearly know what we're talking about, so we gotta go up there and represent.
Listen, we may stumble, but we don't call attention to it several times. Like, I'm a YouTube creator. I'm talking about Need for Speed. I'm a YouTube creator.
Here's the thing.
Need for Speed, great game.
I don't at all doubt that guy probably, as a YouTube creator...
Oh, was he one? I couldn't tell.
Oh, yeah. But as a YouTube creator, he probably focused a lot on Need for Speed or general racing games. He probably knew what the fuck he was talking about. But he just... In front of that audience, in front of millions of people, probably the largest audience he would ever reach ever, he probably froze.
That is very possible.
Or you can do what my strategy is: fuck up immediately. Like, well, shit. All right, I can't go any lower than this. Let's see how far I can dig.
Because he's not accustomed to it. Like Matt Bragg. Matt Bragg does have experience being in front of a crowd, being in front of everything, like in front of a crowd, making videos and all sorts of stuff.
Axiomat?
Yeah, Axiomat from Mr. Teeth. But the very first time he went on an actual, as an actual panelist, like he would always participate in like the fan community, like small panels
behind a computer.
Not behind the computer, like actual be a panelist, but it's like a small little room.
Okay.
It's like a fan thing, so it's not like he's in front of a bunch of strangers. It's like a bunch of people that he already knows, so he's probably more comfortable
in the same community.
But then Jeff mentioned that when he went up there for his first time, because his first panel ever as an official Rooster Teeth employee was at Minecon, he just froze. He just couldn't handle it. But now he can handle it. He can be on like the whatever panel or whatever the fuck in front of thousands of people, and he'll be fine.
To be honest,
but he just didn't have the experience in that when he first did it. So that's probably what this guy did.
Out of all three of us so far, I'd imagine Ducky and me would probably be the Michael Cera at a party, legitimately in the corner somewhere with our backpacks and playing on the Nintendo 3DS.
Maybe talking to someone about Paku Paku.
Because
or,
originally,
while Dojira here would probably be the Ray Narvaez Jr. and just say like, "Why did my mom divorce?" Okay, so your mom. Why did my mom leave me? Well, why did my parents get divorced? Was the question. Well, here's the thing: while your dad was doing her in the ass, one speck of sperm left that go straight up there, and somehow came into life, which was you. Caused that fucking divorce. That's the only reason why he married her, and he just went into this dude. He laid into this dude. And was like, oh, right, he's coming up to say hi to the stage. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm totally my bad.
Are you saying I'll talk, but it's mainly going to be bullshit?
Yeah.
I imagine that would be you, honestly.
What?
Yeah, I imagine
because you're the one who would bullshit things.
Yeah.
On the spot?
Yes.
Correctly.
I think you would.
On my dick.
I honestly think you would.
I don't know you people anymore. You believe I do well in front of a crowd?
I'm not saying you were doing well. I'm
saying you would bullshit your way through it.
Okay, yeah, I believe that one.
Yeah, that's what we're saying. That's what we're trying to say.
Because Dojira is the social butterfly out of all three. You're the bullshitter.
Which isn't saying much. You're
just
giving me too much credit. So
you're more likely to handle
motherfucker
than us.
At Comic-Con in a line. You somehow made friends with a foreign girl from like Spain or something. You added each other on Facebook, and you're not the social butterfly?
It was a one-time thing, and
we have still yet to do it. Wait, actually, you have... I don't know about you.
Have you added some random girl from...
Norwegian girl.
You're getting better, Ducky.
But not at Comic-Con.
No, but it was a hot girl.
But it was... You were introduced to Norwegian girl from a friend of a friend, were you not?
The girl was from Spain.
I didn't get introduced.
There was a language barrier. I took advantage of her. Okay.
What is this motion?
I'm
do you so still glad it's only audio.
No.
Do you still have her as a friend?
I don't know.
Wow.
But I think your point was I did it.
Yeah, your point was that you did it.
Okay.
But yeah, that pretty much makes you the social butterfly because you're the one
was that the portal chick?
No.
Who was it that we met at Comic-Con?
That was like the first Comic-Con we ever been to. And she had a giant portal gun.
Yeah, who was it? Was that you?
That was years ago.
Yeah, but who was it?
Who was it that did what?
That introduced him to the rest of us. Because I was
clearly
introduced
not me.
To the girl who had a giant portal gun. Because I'm pretty sure it wasn't Ducky. Like, it was you, Dojira.
Must have been
I
him.
don't know if I did that.
Because it wasn't me. I was in line for fucking Ubisoft.
I really?
That was when I was introduced to her.
I thought that was the girl where you said, "Hey, look, portal," to the gun. And then we talked. So you didn't introduce anyone, but I think you initiated.
You drew attention to it.
I feel like everywhere.
I feel like you did that. So that was on you that time, if I'm remembering correctly.
And even then, you're still more of a social butterfly than I am, in the sense that you can bullshit your way through it. Because there have been points when we're waiting in line, and it's like, oh, Dojira over here, he's just talking shit, whatever. You're talking to some girl because she likes your Venom shirt, and then you start off this whole conversation, whatever. Meanwhile, I'm quiet as fuck, because I'm like, I don't know those people.
Say that to Daphne.
Alright, that's different.
Ducky was talking to a girl cosplaying as Daphne on the bus ride to our hotel.
Wait. 1 out of 10. How good was the costume?
It was 10 out of 10. She played off the perfect Daphne.
Did you try to hit on her and she suddenly buzzed out karate moves?
Based on costume alone?
Did she had second pair of shoes in her purse?
No, I don't think she even had a purse.
Based on costume alone, I would give it an 8 out of 10. I don't know personality-wise, but you seem to, because you were a social butterfly that day. I'm so proud of my little Ducky. I'll go now.
We were so proud that our duck evolved.
You became a beautiful swan.
How dare you? It became an ugly duckling.
Yeah. And even uglier duck.
By the way, I hate that story.
Yeah. Listen, I got some valuable information out of that.
Like her number?
Huh?
Like her number?
No, I never even asked for her number, which I probably should have, considering I've never seen her since.
You totally could.
So if she had said no, what do I care? I never saw her again. But if she had said yes, that would have been cool.
Like the girl at Popeyes.
Yes.
Oh god, dude, she was cute.
She was cute. I was thinking the entire time we were there, I was like, she's incredibly attractive. Gonna ask for her number. I don't have my phone. Shit. All right, I'll just ask for her number and she'll write it down. I don't have a pen.
You should have told one of us to put it in our notes for you.
Yeah, I was thinking like I need to get her number. She's so attractive, and I'm instantly drawn to this girl. I don't know why, but I need to get her number. And I was like, I have no way to get it.
I will vouch. She was incredibly cute.
But in my mind, I was like, if I go up to her and ask for her number, but then ask for one of you guys' phones to write it down, that comes off as weird, right?
Smokey, you probably thought she was extra attractive because she was serving you food.
No. It wasn't the girl working at Popeyes or whatever. It was a girl behind him in line.
Yeah.
Oh, that girl.
Yeah. I don't even remember the girl that was there, if it was a girl.
It was.
I don't remember. My attention was clearly drawn to that other girl.
I really wanted to ask for her number. That's it.
Yes, and I was like, why did I leave my phone to charge? Damn it. Why don't I have a pen on me? My dad has always taught me that I need to have a pen on me. God damn it.
You know what? If you did have a pen and you did have a phone, like, can you give me your number? Yeah, do you need something around it? No, just right here on your hand. Have it on notes somewhere. Like go back to 5th grade. I need notes real quick.
That's so freaking middle school.
No, because I was just contemplating, like, I need her phone. Or her phone number. It's like, I don't have my phone. It's like, I'll just write it down. I don't have a pen. We're at Comic-Con, though. Maybe I have a marker. I don't have a marker.
It was yours.
Huh?
You could have borrowed our phone and pretend it was yours.
Borrowed your phone. Mine's an Android.
For the time being.
See, that didn't occur to me. Because because in that moment I would have maybe freaked out a little bit because I was tripping balls.
She was so hot, like I don't know how to think properly.
Yeah,
she was so hot you were high off of life.
That was really high off of life.
Yeah, he's getting really high off of life.
Damn, Kenny. But we'll never know what could have happened there.
The greatest thing for me was like I kind of thought about that. I was like, you could have just done this. Like he's never gonna learn.
You're an asshole.
Because I did it. Specifically.
I love to watch people fail. I'm gonna lead you to the cliff, but I'm never gonna push you. I'm gonna convince you to step off. I'm not gonna push you though.
So you're not gonna be like those videotaper guys in the Penguins of Madagascar movie?
No.
Have you ever seen that movie?
Yes.
Have you seen that movie?
I did, but what are you referring
to? I'm gonna lead you to the cliff.
At the very beginning, where like the Kowalski and Skipper and all them, mine is Private because Private's not born yet. They follow the egg, which is Private, and they go up to the cliff. And then it cuts back to like the humans, and they're like, "These penguins, scared and whatever, will never jump off the cliff." And he talks to the guy holding the boom mic. He's like, "Hey, Scotty, go ahead and give him a kick," and he just knocks him over the cliff. Like, you're the guy with the boom mic. You're gonna knock everyone off that cliff.
No, I will convince you. I'm not gonna push. I was like,
you're gonna push.
Take that step. A couple steps more, man. You're almost gonna get the pin the tail of the donkey. Just a little bit more. You're getting pinned on the cactus, aren't you? Shut up and do it. I'm gonna convince you. I'm not gonna push.
You're gonna do that. This year though, be specific because it was last year that I talked to Daphne. And it was good.
Yay!
It was good. Yay! This year I'm hoping to actually do something because I'm always more concerned going to Comic-Con. I'm more concerned with grabbing the exclusive toys. Like, I'm more there for the experience. I'm not exactly there to hit on girls. And also,
That reminds me.
Not necessarily scared, but I'm worried that I would come off as like a creep or something, like specifically going out and hitting on.
You just have to know how to play off the creeper vibe.
Which you do.
No, you play it off into another creeper.
Maybe. But like we
need you there for that.
Yep, that's what I do.
I'm always concerned that I'm coming up to a girl.
Oh, baby, you've seen nothing.
Shut up. I'm always concerned when if I go and like talk to a girl and like maybe ask for her number, that would come off as like creepy or something like that because she's a cosplayer or something to that effect, whatever. So I never do it. But this year, specifically because of the Daphne thing, I was like, I talked to Daphne. We had a nice conversation. I should have asked for her number. I vaguely remember she mentioned something about having a boyfriend. I don't know. Because I did ask her if there was a Fred cosplayer with her. Or a Shaggy.
Like a Velma.
Yeah. And she said, I vaguely remember her saying yes, but he was back at the hotel already or something. So I think I interpreted that as she was already taken. I don't exactly remember. All I remember is that I talked to Daphne. But because of that, this year, if I talk to a girl, which I plan on talking to a few chicks at least, so at least like get my bearings, then I will possibly, depending on how the conversation goes, I will probably ask for her number. Or
hopefully
something.
you hit it off.
Hopefully.
But now,
because it's the whole thing where it's like, if I do ask for her the number and I get it, awesome. The worst that can happen at that point, we become close friends. Like we can be on Facebook. We'll talk on Xbox Live.
Hey, you're gonna go this year. All right, we'll see you there.
That would be like, because at that point we're already like connected. Like she's okay with talking. That she's gonna give me her number. Because obviously I would have wanted to go to a romantic way, but even if it just goes into a friendship way, cool, awesome.
You get your experience.
Yeah. And if she says no, I'm never gonna fucking see her again. So what the fuck do I care? What the fuck does she care?
Until you see her next Comic-Con.
Yeah, but why would I even remember her? Like, I remember Daphne. I remember Daphne.
Yeah.
I don't exactly remember what her name was. Or if there was a bunch of Daphne cosplayers, I wouldn't be able to pick her out of a line.
Mm-hmm, for sure.
Because that was insignificant for me.
For some reason, when he said, like, pick her out of a line, I imagined Stewie just, like, at a funeral. Do lose the pigtails, and we'll talk. Do her. Oh, who hasn't done that? That's why I was like, when he said that, I was like, I just went straight to Stewie. Just like,
or Emperor's New Groove, hate your hair, not likely. Yeah, yikes. And let me guess, you have a great personality.
Yep.
That's a good movie, though.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
The fucking Emperor's New Groove.
Which reminds me, for Comic-Con, I remember the boob chick. The quarter.
Yes, I remember the boob chick as well.
For those of you who don't know, I refuse to say which year. You could probably find it somewhere online about a girl in a nice skimpy outfit with a scooty on. And she was just like, hold on, let me see if I can bounce this quarter off your ass or your boobs. I can't remember.
No. It was pretty much, we were walking past, I think it was at the Marvel booth.
That was you guys videotaping, somebody was videotaping that. For me, it was like, she was walking by the Ubisoft booth, and this dude's parents tried to convince her to marry their son. That's my story.
That's your story.
As frick.
That was just like, the dad was like, you're incredibly hot. Would you marry my son? He's single, he's available, and the son's right there, just like, you're killing me. You're, what the fuck, man?
Hey, this reminds me of RubberDucky, sir, with the Japanese dad.
Aye.
No, we'll get to that. We'll get to that.
that can be a story for another time.
No, we'll get to that.
The focus is E3, not Comic-Con.
It's a great segue.
No, we'll get to that. All right. It's just like, the mom is just like you have a voluptuous body. Would you marry my son? Like, the mom's getting in on this. I'm like, I'm hearing this, and I'm just looking over. I was like, the fuck is going on? Terrence, for the love of God, this is like the shittiest way to ever get your son any. And then you guys show me, like, is that the girl? Oh, wait, we gotta show you a video. Apparently she was like 20 minutes or 10 minutes before. You showed me the video of like the
So you weren't there with us. I thought you were.
No, that was just you two.
That was just us?
Yeah, I was just waiting in line.
Because me and Dozier were just walking past the Marvel booth. We're just talking, shooting the shit. And in the peripheral of my eye, I see this attractive lady. Asian lady.
With the pink.
Yeah.
With the pink, yeah.
We don't mean a white wolf scooty.
Jesus.
I mean, if you say with the pink, then it's like, oh, then her pussy's out. But no, that's not.
You're the one that said with the pink.
No, that was all Dozier.
I'm just saying. Go ahead.
Yeah, we're just walking by, we're talking, whatever, and in the corner of my eye, I see this attractive Asian lady.
Yeah.
I say lady, but she was probably like
20-ish.
So, attractive Asian girl. And she's like she has like a quarter on her forehead, and she's trying to put it on her chest without using her hands or whatever the fuck. Like, I see that in the corner of my eye, and immediately I get whiplash because I turned my head so goddamn fast. I'm like, what is that? And then we just stand there and we're just like enjoying the view.
Everybody was in amazement.
Yeah.
She was cute as hell.
Was there like
I have
two
photos
people
of this.
trying?
Huh?
Were there two people?
There were three of them.
There you go.
We only really remember the other two because one of them was the girl in the pink.
Yeah.
The other one had like this red outfit thing, and there was another girl. But they they were part of some. They were part of maybe some cosplay group or maybe some like business thing. Because later on during the con, I saw them outside and they were like handing out business cards because their outfits kind of like had lights and all sorts of other shit in it.
lit up and shit.
Yeah, so I think they were trying to like sell that in a sense. So that's probably why they got up on stage. But they were attractive as fuck.
You showed me a video of them like doing that 10 minutes. Like then like I hear this story. Like
I think
it was fucking great.
10 minutes seems a little long.
I don't know.
I was.
Okay.
Yeah, dude. I was like, you serious?
Not to come off
the same girl.
Not to come off as creepy, but I was recording that and taking photos.
It needs to be on YouTube. Is what I'm hearing. It needs to be heard.
Oh, I remember that. That was the day I also met Mika Tan, the adult film star. Not related, but it was cool.
Mika Tan. I remember this.
She was in the Chewie outfit. Chewbacca.
Yes.
Yes. Same day I met, I saw 2 attractive Asian girls. Oh my god.
Speaking of Asians, you want to tell us about the Japanese dad story?
No.
I'm waiting.
The focus of this podcast is E3 because it's currently going on.
It's probably at a convention. Now tell us.
Why must you do this to me?
Because we were already going on freaking tangents about.
Listen, it's fun to watch you
talking to a girl.
But the whole point of this was to talk about E3 and the upcoming
We'll get back to that after the Japanese story.
We promise we'll get back to it.
We promise that he will try.
Alright. So I think it was 2 years ago at this point.
Yes,
yeah. 2 years ago. Doesn't really matter what day. But one of the days we were waiting in line early, and we were all waiting in line to get into the exhibit hall the next day. And at one point, I decided, you know what, I'm going to go drop some stuff off, probably take a shower or whatever at the hotel. And I take the bus and I go over there. And we're staying in pretty nice, decent hotel.
Yeah.
It's it's
Crown Plaza, I think.
I don't even remember.
I don't remember the name.
I never remember any of the names of the hotels, all right? The only hotels that I care about is the Omni, which we can never get because it's $2,000 a night, which sucks. But I go there and I'm walking up the elevator because we're on the 4th or 5th floor or whatever the fuck. And as I get in there, I'm joined by this whole Japanese family. And as I'm in there, it's okay, whatever. It takes them a little time to get their luggage and everything, their stuff to get into the elevator. And I'm like, well, they're fucking attractive ladies in this little family here. Because they're all, granted, with an Asian girl, you can never tell how old they are just by their looks.
Yeah.
Because clearly I could tell one of them was the mother, and she did not look a day over 25. I was like, this is clearly the father. He looks like he's in his 50s. This is clearly the mother. She doesn't look a day over 25.
So the safe bet would be to date the mother.
That would be the safe bet. 30 at the most, but a very, very good 30. But they also had some daughters there. And,
keep going.
Shut up. I happen to have been wearing an aqua red t-shirt, which has some Japanese writing on it. And a little side tangent to explain why this would happen is that, just based on my looks, I'm full Mexican. Both my parents are from Mexico. One is from Guadalajara and the other one's from Jalisco. So that as far as I'm aware, there's no Asian in my heritage. At least not from my parents, grandparents, or great-grandparents. There's no Japanese heritage.
That you know of.
That I'm aware of.
Yeah, for whatever reason.
Yet for whatever reason, everyone just confuses me for some type of Asian.
Those are the people who aren't Asian. If you're Asian, you can tell right away.
No, I get confused by Asian people that I'm Asian.
How the fuck does that work? I know you're Mexican.
Motherfucker, I've gone to Vietnamese restaurants with Vietnamese friends, and they're like, because they're Vietnamese, I have a Vietnamese restaurant, they're like, okay, they take an order in Vietnamese, I'll have this, I'll have that. Take an order in Vietnamese, they talk to me, and they take my order in Vietnamese, I'm not Asian. It's oh, I'm sorry, and then they speak English.
What about Lily?
What about Lily?
She looks white, but she's 100% bedtime.
At bedtime.
But she's 100% Viet.
I don't think she looks white. She looks kind of Mexican, if anything.
Yeah, she looks Mexican. She doesn't look Asian, but it's her last name is Win.
Yeah, she's like the complete opposite. She's full Vietnamese, but she looks Mexican. She looks more Mexican than I do. And I'm full Mexican. I look more Asian than she does. But that's a little backstory of why the following would happen. Which is because I had some Japanese writing on my shirt, which clearly I have no idea what it says, but it has a cool design of this monkey. It's like
Wukong.
part of. I don't think it's Sun Wukong. It's part of.
No, it has the crown.
It has the crown of Sun Wukong.
It's not Wukong.
I believe one of the shirts is named Sun Wukong, but it's the see no evil, hear no evil thing.
Yeah.
But it's cool looking monkeys. It's not the traditional monkey thing.
Yeah, good, but
whatever.
The story.
So
I love hearing this.
So because of the Japanese writing and because of my looks, the Japanese dad immediately starts talking to me in Japanese. And I'm like, at first, for like the first second, I'm like, he's clearly not talking to me, right? But then he's like pointing at my shirt and this and that. And he starts talking in Japanese, like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm not, I don't really speak Japanese, I'm sorry. And he's like, oh, okay. But then he's still like half speaking English, like broken English.
He took advantage of it?
Yeah, he took advantage. He's still speaking like broken English, but still a lot of Japanese, which I don't understand. But he's trying to talk to me about the shirt and in general Japan and everything. And it's clear that they're tourists. They're not here for Comic-Con. They're here to just enjoy San Francisco.
Yeah.
Or San Diego, sorry.
Yeah.
And this elevator ride seems like it took a long time, but
you were going up 3 stories.
Because I think we were on the 5th and they were on the 6th.
Yeah.
But as we're going up there, he starts telling me about his daughter and how she's single and she's attractive and this and that.
How do you know that he was saying that?
Because they're all
Japanese. That's why.
Because he did speak a lot of Japanese that I didn't understand, but there were a few key words. Granted, he could be completely saying something different.
Was it like Japanese daughter, Japanese single, Japanese, and then this? Like, what if he was trying to say like, my daughter is Japanese, not single, and you should not date her? It was just like all spaced out weird.
Japanese single date, gotcha, man.
Yeah,
he very well could have, but based on
I like my version of the story better. He's trying to sell him his daughter.
I based this interpretation of what happened based on the few words that I could understand of his Japanese and his English combined with his like motion, like the body language that he had.
Oh, he's learning.
And the way the daughter was reacting to it. And the mother
blushing or something and smiling.
She's like, the daughter was like very embarrassed, like, oh my god, like why is he doing this kind of like look. And but he was like, some of the words that I specifically understood were daughter, single, cute, available. Those are the key words that I heard him talking and telling me, pointing to his daughter and this and that. So it seemed like he was trying to like
sell you his daughter.
Not sell me his daughter, but like trying to get me
sell
to like,
her for chickens.
No. Like he's trying to like
2 pigs for 1 daughter.
He's trying to get me to like maybe talk to the girl or like set something up. Who knows? This is all from my interpretation. I could be completely wrong. But I'm basing this off on the little words that I can understand, his body language, and everyone else's body language.
This should have been like your incentive to like get Rosetta Stone and learn multiple language, where it
I already have multiple.
not ever come in handy.
I already know multiple language. I know English, Spanish, and Spanglish.
Broken English.
Spanglish. That's the same thing. But yeah, and like as I was getting out of the elevator, because of the whole interaction there, because it really looked like he was trying to get me to like get with his daughter in a sense, and it really felt that way.
You should have just like, how do you say goodbye in Japanese?
Sayonara.
You should have just what was it? What's a good proper line to say? I'm sorry, I can't understand you. And just like have like the last couple of sentences and say it in Japanese.
What we mean is the equivalent of, oh my god, what's the Spanish equivalent for that?
No. Let me finish my story. Like, you should just say like, I'm sorry, I can't understand you, and you have like a sentence in Japanese like, too bad you don't understand English.
Maybe.
You could just respond it in Japanese, like, I could understand you the entire time. I don't know why you did that.
Oh, you need the equivalent of no habla inglés, but like in Japanese for that guy. That's what you need to know. Learn that right now.
Maybe. But yeah, and then because that was kind of like the whole interaction on the elevator up there. He's pointing to his daughter, telling me how cute she is, how available she is, and this and that. Because like I said, at the beginning, all he was talking was Japanese, and I didn't know he was talking Japanese to me specifically until I finally said, like, "Are you talking to me?" And he nods, and I'm like, "I'm not Japanese. I don't understand." He's like, "Oh, okay." And then he starts going in like broken English in the Japanese, talking about his daughter and how cute and available she is.
You assume?
Well, I know because he pointed to her and said kawaii. So he's telling.
Okay.
He said I know what kawaii means. So.
You fucking weeb. Okay.
Thank you. I was gonna say if you didn't.
But I don't remember now. But at the time, I remember because I was watching a specific anime. I don't even remember which anime. But in the anime, they had through the anime, like through various random animes, I learned a word here and there, like what the word for captain is because of Bleach or whatever the fuck. Because I was watching this anime, I had learned, I believe it was like a kind of like a romance anime. I had learned what like single and like dating and
let's just assume it's Toradora.
Sure, let's just assume that. I had learned what those specific words meant. Maybe the syntax was wrong, but I knew what those specific words meant. And he was saying those words to me about his daughter. Granted, I don't remember those words now because it's been a long time since I've seen that anime. But as I exited the elevator, I hear him, like the mom smacks the dad, and the mom speaks pretty much perfect English. And I don't know why she spoke in English. She's like, "The fuck were you doing?" She's like, "What the hell were you doing?" She didn't say fuck, but she was like, "The hell are you doing?" And then the girl started speaking Japanese, which I couldn't hear because there was already closing.
Screaming at her dad? Or
somewhat like not in screaming, but in a raised voice. Like, it sounded like she was like annoyed with the dad. Like, what the hell are you trying to do?
Stop trying to marry me off.
Like, she was definitely scolding him.
I'm pretty sure the dad was like, "Listen, my daughter is cute. She needs a green card. She's available. She's single. She needs a green card."
I would have jumped on that grenade had I known the full extent.
So we could have more visits to San Diego like this. You know, that's probably.
I would have
sure a good time.
I would have wholeheartedly jumped on that grenade, language barrier and all, had I known exactly what the whole conversation was, because I only caught bits and pieces of it. But that was the fucking story where I somehow got in an elevator with a whole Japanese tourist family, with like the grandma was there too, and the grandma was laughing her ass off.
I would love to be part of that.
Yeah, because you guys were still in line, so it was hard for you guys to believe me, but it actually happened.
No. When we finally came back to the hotel, I actually got to look at everything and everybody there. Like, there's a lot of tourists there for odd reasons. I think we actually saw the girls downstairs too.
Yeah,
like, was that them? Like, yeah. Like, oh.
Yep, we saw them having dinner.
Yeah.
We saw them having dinner. I told you guys that right there is a Japanese family that was in the elevator with me, and then you guys agreed because I told you which one that he was constantly pointing to. It was like, you guys agreed. She is incredibly hot, 10 out of 10 Asian girl.
And then we went out for like a walk and went downstairs. And it was me and you, or me and Smokey. I forget who. We were downstairs by the pool, and they walked by.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
But that's the whole thing where somehow you like to interpret it as a dad trying to sell off his daughter.
Green card.
I interpret it as...
I fucked up somewhere.
I mean, clearly I did. I interpret it as like some father thought of me as like a potential suitor for his daughter. Like that.
Okay,
that
what's Dojira's interpretation now?
What is your interpretation of that whole...
No, what's your view of what he believes? I'm curious.
His view is that the father was trying to get a green card for the daughter. No, yours is that the daughter.
I believe in yours, Ducky, but I like to imagine that in his broken Japanese, he was trying to tell you the opposite of what you were thinking.
Which very well could have been the case.
Yeah. Like, this is my daughter, you stay away, but that part was in Japanese, so you didn't know it.
This is my
available you daughter. You will stay away from my daughter. You will not deflower her innocence and all that.
And even though she's cute as heck, you will not touch her.
Yeah, that was what he was trying to say, but he said it in Japanese.
That very well could have happened.
And you were just like,
not what
Kawaii daughter, eh? The entire time.
Not at all what it felt like in that moment, because you guys weren't there.
Yeah, I know, I'm sure it wasn't that. I just like to pretend it was.
I gotta teach you how to read body language now. It's so...
I read it. That's the way I interpreted it.
No, I gotta teach you how to do it better.
But it was the whole thing where it's like, I was the first person on the elevator, and I'm just like...
You held the elevator door open for them?
They were like pretty much right behind me. The door wasn't closing. Like, I got in, the door was still open, and then they came in. Like, the door was just about to close, and then they came in. So I didn't need to hold the door open. But I was just standing there. It was me with this whole Japanese family. I'm not talking to them. I'm not saying anything. I pushed the button to go to my floor, and I'm like in the corner. And then the dad starts talking to me as the family starts getting in, like the whole family starts getting in the elevator. So I'm like, clearly he wants to talk to me. I didn't say anything to him. I wasn't like looking at his daughter. I was just like, okay, family's coming in. Okay, that's cute. Cute girls, whatever. Because it was like $3. One of them was potentially 14-ish by the looks of it. The other ones looked like they were maybe...
Smoky, you say.
Yeah. The other ones looked like they were probably like early 20s-ish. The mom was like maybe 30s at the most, looking wise. Maybe she could have been like 60 for all I know.
I still say she was the safest bet.
Like the grandma could not have been like maybe over like
60?
50 just by the looks alone. She couldn't have been that old.
And you say she can kick your ass?
I mean, she was tiny.
I still stand by what I said.
She was like 4'8".
I still stand by what I said.
No, I could kick her ass. But
4'8".
that's the way I interpret it, because I didn't initiate any of this. He saw my shirt that had Japanese writing on it, and he initiated the whole thing. So he probably assumed, like, this is the way I think of it, is that he maybe assumed that I knew Japanese. I was Japanese, or I spoke Japanese or something, because I had Japanese writing on my shirt. Maybe he was he thought maybe I was a local, even though I was in a hotel. Maybe he thought I was a local, or at the very least, like a U.S. local.
How badass would it have been if, like, as Ducky was leaving the elevator, he turns around and it's like, you shouldn't have just sold your daughter like that. I understood 100% what you just said, and walked the fuck off.
Yeah, and then he would have been like, what do you mean sell? The fuck are you talking about?
No, I like to imagine like the most badass moment would have been like he talks to me at first in Japanese.
Play off as some dumb American. It's like,
yes.
I actually understood what you were saying.
Yeah, like as I'm getting out of the
cool aviator shades, like kawaii boku no desu. Just walk away. like it was like, damn.
I'd use like watashi wa desu ne and all this stuff like that, even though that's the female pronouns and everything. But I'd like to think the most badass thing would be like when he talks to me in Japanese and I tell him I don't understand, and then he just like keeps talking to me, but I keep talking in English. As I leave, I speak to him. I like say goodbye, have a nice stay or whatever in full Japanese, and like see a look of like, holy shit, he speaks Japanese.
Which do you know, by the way?
No,
I know you know sayonara. So
I mean that's that simple. I always thought sayonara. I never associated sayonara with Japanese, but that is specific Japanese. Because I've said that most of my life. Just
never knew it was Japanese.
Not knowing it was Japanese. Yeah. I just thought it was like goodbye.
For the longest time.
Yeah.
For some reason, I imagine if you were doing a badass thing, you just turn to the family. It's like, I hope you all enjoy your stay here in San Diego. In full Japanese.
And full, perfect Japanese.
Full, like, I'm sorry about your father's bad mouth, and just walk the fuck off.
Yeah. Or if I had known Japanese in that moment, and like he's actually trying to set something up like, hey, we're here for vacation. Can you show us around or something like that? Yeah,
you like, spend time with my daughter, my cute daughter,
whatever. I'd be like, see, Comic-Con or a cute Japanese girl? All right, I'm gonna have to go with a cute Japanese girl. Situations like this don't arise ever. This is like a penthouse forum almost, except there's no sex, but it's like a.
And you don't have your pen to write about it.
Sure, and magazines don't exist anymore. Certainly not penthouse anymore. I don't think.
I don't know.
But like it's moments like that where it's because I hear a lot of people like Americans going to other countries, specifically like to Korea or whatever, and Japan, where they go and they maybe try and hit on a girl. It's both guys and girls that do this, where they go try and maybe hit on someone, which doesn't necessarily work in those countries because that's not how romance works there. But they go for example, like a guy goes to a girl and he's talking to her. And he speaks in English, and the girl speaks to him in English, and then she's talking to her friend like in full like Korean or Japanese. Like,
watch me rip this American off.
Yeah, like I've no interest in this American. I'm just being polite, or like maybe the reverse. Like I'm super interested in this guy. Can you leave us alone? You know, whatever. But that person, the guy, can fully understand the whole conversation and just never reveals that he can. He's just standing there like a dumb American or like a dumb Canadian or whatever the fuck, like, oh, I only speak English, this or that, but he could totally speak the whole thing. Like, if I were to go somewhere, like to Cuba, or the Dominican Republic, or Spain, somewhere, and I just look like a dumb American, or a dumb Asian American, because I look Asian, and I speak English to everyone, and like, I go hit on a girl, and she's talking to her friends in Spanish or whatever.
Look at this gringo.
What is this chinito doing?
Yeah, something like that.
That works.
And it's like, all right, I can fully understand, and I would never reveal that. That would be the ultimate thing where it's like you speak to someone in English, and then they try to respond in another language, in their own language. It's like you could fully understand the whole conversation, but you never reveal that.
You mean it's like having a white guy going into a Vietnamese nail salon? He understands 100% Vietnamese, and they're making fun of the entire time. It's like, I understood it 100% what you've been saying for the last 20 minutes. Everybody in the salon just shut the fuck up.
Like he says that in
Vietnamese.
Yeah.
Like, everybody in the salon just shuts the fuck up.
That'd be the best.
Yeah.
I think
it was a thing on fucking Reddit.
I mean, I'm sure they probably do that. They have nothing better to do than talk smack on people. But because like I think of like the most badass moment of something like this being shown is the Boondocks. When they're playing that dodgeball thing against the Chinese.
That's awesome. I love that one.
And like the girl is telling like I think it's Huey's like, oh, if we don't win, my dad's gonna send me to this like Olympic prison camp or whatever. Yeah, and then suddenly he's not doing very well. And like the Chinese teammates are like, why is he suddenly so shitty? And then like they're all speaking in Chinese. I think it's Cantonese specifically, but they're all speaking in Chinese. Like, oh, why is he suddenly so bad? It's like, oh, I told him some bullshit lie about me being being sent off to some Olympic prison and this and that, and then he believed it. Oh, and they're like, oh yeah, what a dumbass. And then he responds in full Cantonese, we do not like being taken fools of. And then he takes 3 of them out in like one swing.
He kicks their asses. It was so cool.
Yeah, because they were just so flabbergasted. Like, holy shit, he speaks the language. Like that is the best moment I've seen like on TV where it's like somebody speaks the language and he reveals it in a badass way.
Shall we go back to E3?
Please.
Okay. No, wait. Speaking of Boondocks, what was the big boom at E3? That was like a shitty segue, but
you're horrible at that. But yeah, that was my
turn off notifications.
It's not a notification. It's just a little buzz saying that I got an email.
Notifications.
E3. Anyway, so what do you want to say?
E3. I'm looking. So far, there's very little that I'm interested in that has been. Surprisingly, though, this year's E3, not so much has leaked prior to E3. Because I remember last year, it's like, oh, hey, we have all these plans, and then half of those plans just leaked beforehand. Yeah. It's like, oh, we're announcing Halo 5. Halo 5 leaks beforehand. Hey, we're announcing like Fallout 4. It leaks beforehand. Hey, we're announcing Dishonored 2. Leaks beforehand.
Maybe nothing that interesting is coming.
Maybe. The only one that I know of is that the Assassin's Creed, the new one, Assassin's Creed Origins.
Yes.
They haven't officially announced it. Well, no, they have said that they are making it. But they haven't given the title, they haven't given the character, they haven't given the setting, they haven't given anything.
Apparently,
except it's all leaked.
Yeah.
There's a GameStop shirt with the protagonist on it. There was a GameStop poster that had like the full locale and like the pyramids in the background. He's got like an eagle on his shoulder.
There's a screen that says for like a side mission, assassinate the crocodile.
There's that. There's like a listing in I think it's like some Amazon foreign site or some other like selling site overseas where it's like, this is the date where it's going to be released. It's like every aspect of this game has already been leaked, but you still not technically haven't announced it yet.
Yeah, they'll be presenting it tomorrow, I think. Or tonight.
No, tomorrow is Microsoft and Bethesda.
Not Ubisoft?
No.
Is Ubisoft on...
Ubisoft is on Monday.
Oh, sweet. Cool.
Yeah. And so is Sony. I don't really keep up much with Sony, but I'm assuming they're probably going to talk about Kingdom Hearts 3, which they shouldn't.
Hopefully The Last of Us 2.
Probably.
Yeah, I'm so excited for that.
I'm getting really annoyed with this mentality that they have. With the mentality of hiring people that shouldn't be up there. That's true. But I'm getting really annoyed with the fact that they're like, hey, we're announcing this game. It'll be out in 10 years. I don't fucking do that. We all know you're making the game. Don't show me anything. Don't confirm nothing until it's at the bare minimum 2 years.
Kingdom Hearts.
2 years. Kingdom Hearts.
You mean like, what was it? The VMAs, they brought in Jersey Shore. No, like, who the fuck are these guys? We want game devs.
Yeah, actually, the guy, Jeff Keighley, he said, like he really want.
Wait. Did you see the VMAs?
Yeah, the Game Award.
I think you mean the VGAs.
Yeah, VGAs.
Yeah, my bad. Because that's the Video Music Awards. I'm sorry, I was just confused.
Yeah, VGAs. My bad.
Sorry, go ahead.
Whatever, Spike. But he had specifically said that like he really wanted to put on like not really a award show kind of, but he wanted like to bring to light a lot of this like the gaming culture and all this stuff. And he had previous connections with Spike, and they agreed to do that. And he really wanted to do this in like a very gamer-centric way. But the studio was like, no, you got to put Jersey Shore in there. That's what the kids want. And it's like, no, that's not what the gamers want. Then nobody gives a shit about the Jersey Shore. And it's like, no, but that's what we're going to do. And like they put on all these people that no one gives a shit about. And that's why it sucked.
It died down.
It died down incredibly quickly. And then there was that one year where it had the winners painted on naked chicks. Awesome, naked chicks, awesome. Gamers don't really give a shit about that. They're like, all right, what are the trailers? No, because they're not there to watch the fucking see all these naked chicks. Like that's awesome, but they're there because they want to see the trailer for the new game. They want to see the announcement. They want to know what game got Game of the Year and all that stuff. They don't give a shit about what the Jersey Shore is doing on there. They don't give a shit about some naked chick just walking up as like, oh, that's just the winner.
I'm surprised the guy didn't go up to it. It's like, all right, if you want. If the guy who was fighting against Jersey Shore, all right. If this doesn't work, I want you to sign this piece of paper. So if it doesn't work, I can release this to the public and they can blame you guys and not me.
Yeah, he had said afterwards, because he had said that he got a lot of the blame where it's like, I was legitimately trying to make this like an award show that gamers and game developers would want to watch, not some bullshit Hollywood thing and turn it into some flamboyant thing.
Fucks it up again.
Yeah. So he said like after like the third or fourth year, or whatever, because at that point he was his
career.
Not career. His involvement was already dwindling down, because more and more year after year he was like, you're giving me less control over this. I don't care. So eventually he just did it on his own on like Twitch. Like he started his own streaming thing where it's like, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna bring actual game developers on to our VMA, to our video game awards, because like no one gives a shit if the Jersey Shore comes in and accepts an award for whatever fucking game they want.
Wait. Did they accept an award?
I think so. Or something like that.
Oh my fucking god!
It's like the award for
as soon as I saw them up there, I just fucking cheat the channel. I don't give a shit anymore. It
was like on Spike, it was like the award for best shooter goes to this game, and it's someone you have no interest in going up and accepting the award. Whereas when he did it on Spike, it's like, here's the game developer, here's the actual guys that made it. Here's like, they're gonna accept awards. This is their work.
This is the voice of Lucio accepting the award.
They should be the one to get it. And so finally he was like, fuck it, I'm just doing it on my own. I'm gonna talk to game developers, see if I can get like some, not necessarily donations,
not the head.
But like he's gonna get like some investment from like game developers and like game companies, all sorts of stuff, to like put on his own award show where he is the boss, he gets final say, and it is all gamer centric. And it blew up to the point where Spike was like, hey, why don't you guys bring that back to Spike? And he was like, fuck no, I ain't doing that, because you gotta take control. You're gonna turn it into this whole other thing. This succeeds because it's focused on the audience that it's meant to focus on. I'm not trying to reach a wider net. I'm not trying to reach every audience possible. The only people that are really going to watch this are the gamers. And that is what I'm making this for.
You mean the target audience?
The target audience
is the quote-unquote channel for men, which explains
the naked ladies.
The naked ladies and the unneeded, references and shit like that.
But I don't understand bringing Jersey Shore to the VGAs.
Because it was popular with the kids at the time.
At the time.
It was?
Apparently.
Hey, even if people don't like it, people were watching it. They watched it for the drama. That's why it was there.
Like Snooki getting her ass handed to her.
Yeah.
Is this the same group of kids that fucked up Comic-Con for everybody else, the Twilight kids?
Who fucking knows? Maybe.
No, they're different people. But still, the
point is, it was popular at the time. Okay, that's all that matters.
I don't understand that.
Yeah, that's
people live.
I guess I'm getting older, wiser,
pretty much,
and not as stupid. I said not as because I still am stupid.
Yeah, but you also included wiser in there, and that you are not.
I mean, I still shoot my teammates in the back, and I'm happy about that. Or to the face, while they're looking at me.
At least you can get away with it.
I still don't consider you to be wiser in your old age.
Like I said, stupider, not as much. Wiser.
You certainly don't have the beard to be wiser.
No, I have to keep shaving that.
Back to E3.
So back to E3. Any games that you're interested in, hoping that they get announced, or a trailer or something?
Okay, Last of Us 2, yes. Assassin's Creed Origins, we know it's coming, but I can't wait to see what else they show us. Hopefully,
like an actual trailer.
Hopefully, a cinematic trailer. Maybe some gameplay. I really want to see Red Dead Redemption 2.
I've been waiting for that too. Honestly, that sounds amazing.
That got pushed.
What? Yeah, it got pushed, and I'm totally fine with that. It's getting pushed next year.
I'm fine with the game being pushed.
I want a good game.
Although, Shadow of Mordor was also pushed.
Shadow of War
was
pushed,
Shadow of Mordor.
By a few months. It's going in October.
Supposedly,
it's in October now.
The rumor based on that is that it was not pushed because they need more development time. The game is done.
Right.
The game they were set to release in August. They were like, fucking done. We're ready. We're ready to release. And then Microsoft came in and swooped in and said, well, why don't you wait a couple months and you can release the same time as Scorpio does, so that you can show at E3 Shadow of Mordor running on the most powerful console.
War.
Yes.
Yep. And if we just accidentally donate you some money for this wait time.
Yeah, like maybe again, rumors, they may have timed exclusive DLC with Microsoft. And that is why the game got pushed, because Microsoft went in and just swooped them off and like, why don't you side with us?
That's kind of smart.
That is smart, because fucking Microsoft does not have very many first-party games.
Yeah.
Because they already had Gears of War, which recently released a Horde mode patch. Fucking incredible. Which, by the way, you guys should download, because you get 10 hours free this weekend. For multiplayer and for horde mode. We could do that. We should try that. That would be fun.
Let's play.
Let's play.
For Gears what?
For Gears of War 4. It's free this weekend for 10 full hours.
10 full hours?
10 full hours.
Now, is that the same amount of hours for everybody? Like during a certain time? Or is it once you download it, you got 10 hours, period?
Once you download it, you got 10 hours.
I see.
So it's like a free weekend this weekend, but you can download it this week and unlock those 10 hours. And then like next week, you can
play the 10 hours?
Play the 10 hours if you want.
It's not a bad idea.
Yeah. But yeah, we should do that. Because the horde mode is fucking fun. It is incredibly great.
It's fucking fun. That's what he said.
Shut up. It's they've added in harder difficulties. They've added in some new skills. It is quite fun. It is interesting.
Sounds pretty good. Also, there's going to be a brand new Bethesda game. I can't say it right.
Bethesda.
Pathetic the game.
Yeah. So okay, so they have they're famous for their Fallout series and for their Elder Scrolls series, and they're having
Skyrim series.
They're having a brand new series that might be debuting at E3. I'm pretty excited for it. It is going to be a sci-fi game, probably in space, with their style. So I think that'd be pretty cool.
Ow.
Nice one there, jackass.
I mean, are you excited for that, Smokey? I know you love that company.
I love Fallout.
Exactly.
Just because, like, how I fucking destroy the game.
So I'm pretty sure we'll have a good time with that.
I don't know. For Fallout 4, it was amazing. It's just, like, I still feel bad. Like, how come I couldn't restore my house to the way it was before the Fallout? Mm-hmm. I have the wood. I have the paint. How come I have to put up, like, this rack shack bullshit thing?
Because you suck. I've seen people do some incredible things, and you suck.
I can't put up, like, nice, decent wooden boards. Like, no.
I've seen motherfuckers make cannons in that fucking Fallout 4 game.
Yeah, you can. It was the update, yeah. It was like,
you can't make a fucking house?
They won't let me put up, like, decent fucking walls.
In the angles you want them to. It's annoying, honestly.
Whatever. All I know is that I fully support Bethesda's ideology of E3 2016. We have a trailer for Fallout 4. Here's some gameplay. By the way, end of 2016 is coming out.
Yeah.
It's not like, hey, or it's not like Microsoft. It's like, hey, 2014, like 30-second teaser, Halo 5. 2015, minute-long trailer, Halo 5. 2016, 5-minute gameplay, Halo 5. It'll be out this year.
Yep.
Why? I know you're making Halo 5. Stop telling me like too early in advance that you're making the fucking game.
Yeah.
The way I picture E3 going is you have some gameplay demos of games that are coming out before next year's E3. It doesn't have to be this fall. It could be next year's like in February.
Just before E3.
Just before next year's E3.
There you go.
Focus and pretty much a majority of your time on games that are going to be coming out before the next year's E3. Maybe 2 games. 2 at the most. 3 would be pushing it.
Maybe don't give us a definitive release date, but say like summer next year or this year, something like that. You know,
something similar.
At the very least, nothing that's 2 years from now.
Yeah, and then
2 years I'm somewhat okay with. 3 years, fuck no.
Yeah.
Any more than that,
this
fuck
year
no.
or the next year is what I'm cool with.
Yeah, I would be
yeah, that's good.
Like pretty much 90% because it's usually like an hour and a half. Like for like the first hour and like 20 minutes or so. It's all gameplay stuff and like reveals and like talking about the product and like updates coming out. That's coming out before next E3.
Yeah.
And in those last 10 minutes or in those last like say 8 minutes or so, you have like some trailers or stuff for something that's going to come out after next year's E3. And then at next year's E3, you're going to have like a full game and whatnot. And then have like just one thing where it's like, you know what? 2 years from now, we're working on this. We're very excited. 2 years from now, it's going to come out. And then next year, you can move that one thing into like the 8-minute spot where it's like, here's a trailer for it. And then the next year, it's like, here's a whole gameplay. One thing. I don't want it to be like fucking Microsoft or Sony where it's like, here's a trailer. It'll be out in 4 years. Here's a trailer. It'll be out in 6 years. Here's a trailer. It'll be out in 3 years. Here's this. It'll be out in 3 years. Why? We all know you're fucking making this game. We all know. You don't need to tell us. Because what they do is are like 4 years prior, like in Mass Effect. They're like,
oh god,
like 5 years before the game came out. Developer update. Hey, we're not ready to announce shit. We're not ready to announce anything yet, but we are making a Mass Effect game.
Yep.
4 years prior. Here's a tiny little snippet. Here's some artwork of what we think might be Mass Effect 4, or what we may not be Mass Effect 4. It could be something else. It's Mass Effect game. We don't know. 3 years. here's a little teaser trailer. You know, this just a small thing, doesn't matter. It's inconsequential.
We're not married to the idea, but
we're not married to the idea. We've had some development. 2 years prior, it's like, here's a trailer. Here's some characters that you're gonna play.
We're only
1 year prior, here's a demo. Why? Just it pisses me off so much that game developers and all this stuff, they just announce shit before they should.
Can we blame EA for that?
We can blame a lot of people. Like
I kind of want to say, let's just blame marketing.
It's really all marketing because they can lose the hype train. Because like, there's a prime example. You guys ever heard of Cuphead?
No.
Nope.
Cuphead.
Maybe that's the reason why.
No.
Prime example.
Have you ever heard of Castle Crashers?
Yes.
No.
Lie. You play Castle Crashers with me
You
all
have
the
no
time.
proof of this. Shut up.
I can look at your gamer score. Because you actually have achievements in it and you can't delete it.
Not mine.
Bullshit.
I kind of wish Microsoft would actually come out with like, listen, can I delete this game off my goddamn gamer card?
We've already hashed that out. But
Yeah, I didn't release that one yet. But I'll pay $10 to remove this goddamn game from my gamer card. That's all I want Microsoft to do. $10. It's all fucking clear. Like, I just want it off. Some of the games, I went to Howie's Game Shack. People use my goddamn thing. I'm never gonna get 100% on some of these.
you don't even care.
No, some of them I do.
But even then,
like Army of Two is like, I'm never gonna get that one achievement where I have to go to that fucking website. Shit. Well,
in the first one, there's a website thing.
I think it was like Army of Two, or is like you have to send your mask or something, or the Devil's Cartel. You send your design mask or some shit like that. It was like one of those games where you have to go to this website.
Because in the first one, there's no longer any online multiplayer.
Yeah.
So you can't get your $1 billion achievement, which I did. But
Castle Crashers.
Yes.
Prime example.
It's this game called Cuphead. It is like a black and white, like old school, like
Spider-Man
not Mario, Mickey Mouse cartoon, where like everything's like the sun has a face and everything, and all that stuff, and like everybody's like kind of like moving back and forth, kind of like art style.
Yeah.
Kind of like that black and white, like 1940s like cartoon style.
Like they're always in dance mode.
Like they're always in dance mode, like that kind of stuff. And it was phenomenal. It came out it was not really announced. It's because it was an indie game that was in like 2014 or something like that, and it just blew everyone's mind because it wasn't on anyone's stage. It was just kind of like this indie thing that I guess Microsoft kind of took, not hid. They saw it and they're like, well, we would like this. Let's push this out to our show floor and everything. And then it just blew up, and it was incredible. And then for the next year, they actually brought it out on stage. Like, hey, we saw Cuphead. We saw that it was phenomenal. We brought them in, kind of made them. I don't think they were officially first party, but we brought them in. We've bought the rights or whatever the fuck. We're gonna make this game even better. And they had gameplay and everything, and it looked even better. That was 2015. It's 2017. The game's still not out. That game has been at 4 fucking E3s, and the game is still not out. The first time it showed up, everyone was like, "Holy shit, this game's badass." Second time it came out, I was like, I can't believe this game is even better than it was before because Microsoft is helping the developer, this tiny developer doing it. Third year, it's like, why isn't this game out? Fourth year, it's like, this game is still here? What the fuck? And if it shows up this year, it'll be the 5th year that it's there, pretty much.
God damn, dude.
And it's like, why?
You mean like Watch Dogs? I kind of wish like marketing would stop fucking up developers. Mm-hmm. Whereas I think you told me before, like Watch Dogs, it came out. It was fucking amazing. You saw like a shitty weird little trailer,
like a little demo where everything was hackable.
The first trailer was like you as a person are 2.5 gigs and you're hackable. You're easily manipulated. This and that. It's like the fuck is this? They didn't even lead to the game. If you link with us with our security network, you're safe. Then like, but the disgruntled employee fucked up the network for everybody. But this like X amount of years later, we fixed that. They didn't even lead to the goddamn game. The next at E3, they literally introduced the same thing, but they continued the trailers. Like, you follow Aiden Pierce, then it showed phenomenal gameplay. You can hack this, you can hack a car, you can hack the ATM. See this person? You can hack his money, you can do all sorts of shit. But as soon as the game was released, like, yeah, we didn't have enough time to put this thing into the game. That was only a demo. But it's like, yeah, we fucked up.
Yeah.
The marketing fucked us up. This was like, here's what we have. We need like 6 months, 3 more months to put this in the game. No,
we don't have that time.
Marketing's like, no, put that out there. Just sell it. Just sell the game. It's like, don't do it. We're not ready. No, fuck that. You're just gonna sell. You're just gonna sell. Shit. All right. Then people got mad. Like, I can't do this in the game. I saw it in the demo. Why the fuck can't I do it? Fuck this. I'm out.
I feel like Ubisoft has learned that lesson the hardest because when they showed like the playable gameplay of Watch Dogs 2, it was like, holy shit, it looks phenomenal. You can hack everything. It's like this incredible game. Game gets released, looks like shit compared. It looks great, but it looks like shit compared to what you said it was going to look like. The gameplay is pretty decent, but shit compared to what you said I could do, and this and that. And it's like, nobody liked Watch Dogs because you sold this phenomenal diamond, and all I got was this crappy piece of coal.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I mean, it's still useful, but it's not that diamond you told me it was going to be. Exactly. And then same thing with like Assassin's Creed. They were like, here's Assassin's Creed Unity. It looks phenomenal. Oh, look at all the crowds. Shut up. Look at all this stuff, like computer power, and like every single person here, AI, it's like they're alive. They have their own lives to live and this and that. Game comes out. It's nothing compared to that.
You have set missions. You have set roles.
It's so fucking glitchy.
And then the other one, The Division. The Division, they show the gameplay where it's like, you can have like a friend like flying a drone and help you out in game and this and that, and look, it looks phenomenal.
Wait, which game?
The Division.
The Division.
Oh, okay.
I as a person who played the game since launch, don't do it.
Since launch, as in you're still playing
it? I played it when it launched. I quit after the first raid. Like, people here are complete assholes. Fuck these guys.
Yeah. And it's kind of like that because they've had major games that they're trying to launch, or major moments in their franchises that they're like, here it is. It's still phenomenal. Here's all the things you can do. And then the game releases like, that's a piece of shit. I mean, it's a decent game, aside from Unity. Like, it's a decent game, but it's a piece of shit compared to what you told me it was going to be. What you showed me it was going to be. And it's like, in other games, like when they showed off Gears of War 4, it's like, this is what it looks like. And it looks phenomenal. And then they put the beta out and everyone's like, yeah, the beta kind of looks like the beta and the gameplay kind of look bad. Or not the gameplay, the beta and the graphics were pretty bad. And then they came out and said, yeah, we're not really focusing on the graphics right now. We're focusing on the gameplay, 1 and 2 and all that shit. So that when we get finished, it'll look better. And then he released Rod Ferguson, the guy, the executive producer of Gears of War 4. He released a picture of like the beta. It's like, here's the graphics. Like the gameplay was solid in the beta. And that's what they wanted the beta for. Like they said, this is a true beta.
Which is good.
This is not a marketing thing. We want input. We want you guys' input.
This is straight for only gameplay.
Is the shotgun overpowered? We don't know. Test it out. Is the sniper rifle good? We don't know. Test it out. But he showed a picture of like the beta graphics. It's like, I mean, yeah, it looks decent, but it doesn't look like next gen Xbox One technology. And then he showed a picture of that same character on that same map. This is what the game looks like now. And it's like, holy shit, that looks great. It was like, he tried to explain, yeah, you shouldn't like put this like incredible visual experience out in the open and then expect everyone to just believe that that's going to be how it is. That doesn't happen anymore.
You got to work your way up.
You got to work your way up. The game's not done when we show you the gameplay demo. The graphics aren't done. The gameplay's not done. None of it is done. When a game comes out, our goal is to make it better than what you have seen.
See, that's brilliant because then
that really is brilliant.
Yeah,
he admitted, it's like, yeah, we're not here for graphics. We're here for gameplay.
Yeah,
we want you to test this out for us. Give us your input. Graphics we'll fix later. But what we're focusing on is gameplay.
Yeah, are the servers stable? Are the weapons balanced? Is the map spawn balanced? Is the map itself balanced? Are these weapons viable here? Like we're testing out all these things that are all like gameplay mechanics and reliability. We don't care about the graphics.
Yeah, give them how shitty it could be, so they could only go up from
here.
They
could only go higher.
Could join into the journey and feel like they were a part of that progress.
Yeah,
decision-making progress.
And I was part of that progress, and I felt proud. I was like, yeah, that's good.
Like they're developers too.
Like the demo, it wasn't bad. It wasn't at all bad, but it wasn't like incredible. But now it does look incredible. You have like rain effects on the character. You can see like the individual scales and all that shit. It's phenomenal. You've only gone higher. Whereas with other companies, it's like, you've only gone lower.
We gotta sell the game. Show how good it looks. Period.
Speaking of visual effects, didn't you have a complaint about Wonder Woman?
Yes. I guess we were done with E3 at this point. But yeah. I finally saw Wonder Woman because I was...
Finally.
Because I did not... DC has just led me down a path of, like, disappointment.
They should have just stuck to their guns and just straight up, okay, Marvel has Avengers, let's stick to our own pace. And let's do these movies right. No, I was like, no.
But it's all about making money as fast as they could.
Let's just push this as fast as we can. Why?
They had a much better launching off point than Marvel ever could have had. Because they had Smallville, where they had Superman,
yes,
and Flash, and Cyborg, and Aquaman, and all sorts of heroes, and all sorts of villains. They could have launched Blue Beetle. They could have and Hawkman and Hawkgirl.
Yeah,
all these characters. True. You could have launched that into your whole movie universe. Everyone loves fucking
Smallville.
I forget what the actor's name, but everybody loves this guy as Clark Kent. Everyone loves these characters like Chloe Sullivan and Lana Lang and Lois Lane.
They shouldn't have gone with like the Justice League. They should have just gone with the League of the
League of Assassins.
No, the
League of Shadows. The Legion of Doom.
The animated series.
The Legion of Doom.
Legion of Superheroes.
The Legion of Justice League of America.
I don't know the name. I'm sorry.
It was the animated series. They should have just launched off from that.
Which animated series?
Justice League.
Like the 1990s Legion of Superheroes with Saturn Girl, Lightning Lad, Brainiac 5.
Oh, that one.
Yeah. I think it was Legion of Superheroes.
I think so.
Phantom Girl.
It could have been.
But that's a cartoon. They're trying to launch a live action thing.
No. That's what I mean. Like, go for like Legion of Superheroes and have them like, oh yeah, we're gonna pull this Clark Kent from Smallville into our universe where it's like we already have Blue Beetle, or I don't know, just make up their own fucking Legion of Superheroes.
Yeah, but then in that they wouldn't have like Batman or Wonder Woman,
the more recognizable heroes.
Yeah, they're essentially known as a trio for a reason.
They want to sell their big heroes, and they're gonna try to get big name actors or at least actors who look good.
No, I'm saying like this is the start of like the Legion or like Justice League, just from like the ending. The Legion of Superheroes is like, okay, we need Superman. Let's just take him out of time and bring him back like 8 seconds before he left.
That's great for a fan, but the general audience is not going to know who the fuck Brainiac 5 is.
Yeah.
No, and again, I'm not saying do Legion of Superheroes. I'm saying like you could just like here's the ending point, like the end of Smallville. He puts on the suit, whatever. This is like 20 years later, where he actually, or 10 years later, or 5. I don't fucking care. X amount of years. Okay, we're gonna start out with like the animated series of the Justice League. Everybody gets together just for a Martian Manhunter. Something.
I get that, and that'd be good for a cartoon, but we're talking about the movies.
They're talking about live action because you're saying go from the live action Smallville into like the Legion of Superheroes, except the Legion of Superheroes already kind of is based on the premise that some of these characters.
I say Justice League. I say Legion of Superheroes because I assumed you guys knew. But,
I do know. But the way you explained it, it's like, let's go from Smallville into like Legion of Superheroes.
Yeah.
But Legion of Superheroes kind of already assumes that you know who Wonder Woman and all these other characters are.
Which you know them,
which most people don't because they didn't show up in Smallville.
What I'm saying is I hate the Hollywood view. Is like, oh, let's introduce these guys. Like, don't kitty this thing up. Let's just go with the assumption they know. If anything, you can build more movies about who they are and how they came into this area. That just opened up more windows.
What you're saying is no need for origin story. We already know who they are, right?
Yes.
Because they're legend at this point.
If you want more of them, people want more.
Like the
you have more movies.
Batman thing is like, you already have like 3 different Batmans right now. I don't need to know his fucking origin story again.
Yep.
I know his parents got shot, God damn it.
I think the point Ducky was trying to originally make is that Man of Steel, Suicide Squad, and Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice have all been lackluster movies.
Yes.
And he was hesitant to watch Wonder Woman.
I did not. I was gonna watch Wonder Woman, but I did not want to be part of that big number that always says like, oh, Wonder Woman. That they're always gonna spin it.
Record-breaking weekend opening.
Like even if it's not record-breaking, they could be like it's record-breaking for like a female lead or record-breaking for like a female director.
Bitch, you've never seen Mulan.
They're always gonna
break records though.
No,
it did.
It didn't.
As a great female lead, Mulan.
Whatever. It was a good movie
it's
with that Szechuan sauce, but it was my whole point with that is that they had the best launching off point because pretty much everyone in the U.S. was watching Smallville. Everyone loved Smallville.
Yep.
And you've already introduced all the characters. You don't need to have their backstories. Just launch it into this great thing where they all have to come together, and you can introduce some more characters here and there and make it more fantastical. But they didn't do that. They're just like, fuck it, start from scratch. We're having a new Superman. Oh, that Superman sucked. Start from scratch again. Here's Green Lantern. They'll be like, start from scratch. Here's a whole new Superman with Henry Cavill. It's like, oh, that was decent. All right, let's continue that. And then they have the Flash TV show, which fucking pisses me off right now. And then the Supergirl and all that stuff. It's interesting because like in Supergirl they have Superman, but it's not Henry Cavill. So you in the past like 3 years or in the past like 10 years or so. Or even less, probably like 6 or 7 years.
Yeah, the CW.
You had the CW Superman
connect at all to the movies.
that doesn't connect to jack shit. You have the Supergirl Superman, which he's not even a lead of that show, and he's not at all any of these other characters. And then you have the movie Superman, which is a completely different thing. Why? You're just confusing all this shit. But that's the whole other thing. The point I wanted to make with Wonder Woman was that I did not want to be part of that initial number. That they're always going to spin like, oh, biggest this or biggest that. I didn't want to be part of that, so I waited until today, early morning when I saw it.
Which was like 2 weeks later, right?
It was only a week later.
Oh, never mind.
Like maybe a week and 2 days.
Okay.
Technically. And I saw it, and it was good.
Which is surprising for you.
Which is surprising, because every DC movie is just like, expectations way lower. It's like, you're screwing me over.
The word you're looking for, it's rocketing into the ground.
It's rocketing into the ground. Specifically because it's like I love Superman, and then like the Superman movie was like a good Dragon Ball Z movie, but not really a good Superman movie. And then the Batman v Superman, it's like, well, that was just a big pile of turd. And then it's like, oh, the Suicide Squad is like, oh, the trailer, like, I mean, I'm hesitant, but the trailer makes me interested. And then I saw the movie, I was like, that's a pretty big pile of shit.
Did you by any chance see the extended version of Batman v Superman?
Fuck no.
I did, and everyone says it fixes the problems, and I'm saying, yeah, I mean, it explains a few plot holes, but it does not fix the problem. It's still a boring, dull, lifeless movie, I think.
Yeah. But because of all that stuff, I'm like, all right, well, all you've done is told me not to watch Wonder Woman at launch because it's going to be shitty. You've shown me time and time and again that it's going to be shitty. It's going to be a shitty movie. So that's why I finally waited and I finally saw it.
Wait. To be clear, you're saying DC movies have to you a current track record of being shit, not just because it's a current female lead. People are just going to be pissed at you just for shit.
Yeah, I don't care who the lead is. I don't care that it's a female lead. I don't care that it's a female director. The track record DC has set is like, here's this movie, it looks great, steaming pile of shit. Here's this movie, looks interesting, steaming pile of shit. Here's a trailer for Wonder Woman, looks good, I'm expecting it to be a steaming pile of shit based on your track record that you've already shown me. So why would I go watch it at the premiere night?
I just want to be clear, just in case, like, if anybody's listening to this and they immediately, it's like, oh, he hates it just because it's a female lead. It's like, no, the track record sucks, that's why. I just want to clarify.
Oh, it doesn't matter. They'll find a way to make excuses and say it sucks for that reason anyway.
Yeah. But go ahead.
But I had a few things of praise to it, and I had a few things of annoyance with it.
First praise, first good DC movie.
In a while.
And we're going to talk spoilers here.
Man of Steel was okay.
We're going to talk spoilers.
Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. About 1 minute and 29 seconds, give or take. My bad. 1 hour and 29 minutes.
Jesus, we've only been recording for a minute. What have you been doing for this past hour?
E3.
Yes. And then you're trying to goat me into that Japanese story.
Hey. Goat you.
Yeah, goat me. So we're going to talk spoilers. One thing of praise that I had for it was the guy that played Ares. I was like, I'm praising the fact that it's like, oh, hey, it's this old dude. And you're not going to make it like, oh, Ares is just impersonating this old dude. It's like, no, Ares is this old dude. And this old dude was buff as fuck. And this old dude is going to be the one in the armor. It's like, we're not going to make it seem like, oh, it's this old, frail dude. And then he's going to turn into his real form. He's going to be this big, muscular motherfucker.
I'll be honest, I would have preferred that. Because I cannot get past his fucking mustache.
Yeah, I like the mustache.
In that armor.
I like the mustache.
Nah, not a fan. He didn't look intimidating because of it.
He definitely did not look intimidating. But
which ruins it for me.
I like the fact that they didn't just stick with the trope of here's this like unassuming guy that's like whatever, and then here's the real actor.
You like that they stuck to their guns.
They stuck to their guns. Like, no, he is the god of war.
Okay.
He may look frail right now, but look, he was buff as fuck when he fought Zeus earlier, eons ago.
Ducky, you like the fact that he stuck to the guns. Like, yeah, he was young and powerful back then. This is him now, but he's still fucking powerful.
Still powerful as fuck.
But Dojira here would like him, like, all right, they're going into battle. He would power up and become young again.
Or,
not young, but like turn into a different actor.
Goddamn mustache.
Burn off the mustache.
Or at least wear armor that covers his entire face, because that mustache peeking through his armor bothered the shit out of me.
You mean like, what was it? Sauron's armor just straight up like have like a menacing looking armor?
Yes! Like Ares! That would have been fucking cool.
Actually, I kind of want the Sauron armor.
That would have been cool.
Yeah, I mean, the mustache was like whatever, but I like the fact that they didn't go with the classic trope of here's this unassuming character that you've known for part of the movie, and now we're going to swap that actor out for this buff-ass guy. I like that they didn't stick with that trope, because this movie just did not follow a lot of tropes, like the superhero landing, and you see her like muscles jiggle. It's like, yeah, because they fucking absorb the impact.
Duh.
Like actual biology. It's not just like whatever. She's going to have some flab on her meat because it's absorbing the fucking impact.
I love that she didn't have shots that made her total eye candy for the purpose of being eye candy. She was just pretty because she was naturally pretty.
Yep.
But she was a warrior the entire time. It was all about her fighting.
It was all about her fighting.
How beautiful she was, which was amazing.
Like, yeah, she's wearing like not scantily clad armor in a sense.
But you don't mind that.
You don't mind that because it's she's not wearing that because she's trying to look sexy.
Yeah, you are not
she's
drawn
wearing
to that.
because that's just how they
That's Amazonian armor.
That's Amazonian armor, and they explain it because when she puts on like a normal clothes, like, how the fuck are you gonna fight with this? I can't move my arms. I can't move my legs.
She's very practical.
Yeah, it's practical. Like, this is armor that's practical. Sure, I'm not gonna have like protection on like my legs and thighs, but that would only stop me from being so mobile and agile. So that's why I don't have it. Like, she does have shin guards and she does have like some armor on her arms and whatnot. But if she had any more, that would hinder her agility, which clearly she does have a fuck ton of.
Oh yes, she is godlike.
That was a part that I did not like.
Okay, explain.
The fight scenes were too heavily CG.
Yes, especially during the third act.
Definitely, where it's like I've seen fight scenes in other movies where it's like they can do all these crazy flips and all sorts of crazy shenanigans, and it's all real. It's all wire work, sure, but it's all real. But like you can pretty much see the transition from here's Wonder Woman, she's like swinging in, and that's all CGI.
And then she does a big ass jump in CGI.
Yeah.
The third act is where the movie not necessarily fell apart, but where it was like, okay, get this over with.
Yeah, it's like you've had way too much CG, and it doesn't look believable CG.
Yeah.
Like it looks too cartoon. Like her movements looked way too cartoon. I understand she's an Amazonian; she can move like crazy. You're making her movements seem way too cartoony.
And it didn't look as convincing because they don't have the best CGI, so.
Yeah, like one of the fight scenes that I thought was good was when she invades this one room and there's like a bunch of guys.
Hell yeah.
That was a good fight scene.
That's a great scene.
That was believable.
That's a great scene.
That was incredible. But then there's one of the other scenes where it's later on where she's doing all sorts of flip against a bunch of different guys, and I believe even Ares in like later part of the fight. That just looks cartoony. That doesn't look believable.
That part where she gets angry because Steve Trevor dies, and then she just goes through a bunch of guys at one part. That was a terrible. That
was bad.
It was ridiculous.
That did not look believable. You taking out like 10 guys by yourself in that one room, that looked believable. You taking out these 20 guys by yourself, that does not look believable.
Because she did like one jump and it pushed through 20 guys. It looked really weird.
They
were falling like rag dolls.
Yeah, that was like weird as fuck. I understand that you're kind of fast. I don't really think she's super fast.
She can be pretty fast, I'm sure.
She can go maybe like Mach 1, but she can't even fly at this point. Mm-hmm. She's just super strong at this point. But then one of the other issues that I had, which I pointed out when I saw Batman v Superman, that in Batman v Superman, it's Batman, who is a mortal man, and Superman, who is practically a god. They're fighting Doomsday, and they're getting their ass handed to them. They have signs of distress. Even Superman has signs of like he's sweating a little bit. Like, this is tough. This is a tough fight. Like, he may not be bleeding, he may not have like scratches or whatever, but he's showing like this is a tough fight. Like, I have my work cut out for me. Wonder Woman in that fight versus Doomsday, fucking flawless. Every shot is like she just got out of the shower.
Every punch she takes, she smiles about it and continues fighting.
Which, sure, I can believe as an Amazonian, she's like, I love to fight.
Yeah, she loves to fight. But it didn't look like she was struggling at all during that fight, which is a problem for me.
Which is a problem because she's nowhere near as strong as Superman.
She gets punched, like, lands in her. She should have not broken her spine, but she hits pretty hard against some concrete wall behind her. And she just shrugs it off and goes up to keep fighting. Superman takes a while to get back up to do anything.
Yeah.
So what you're telling me is, like, let's just say Superman goes through a coal mine and he's as dusty and dirty as shit. Wonder Woman goes through the coal mine.
She'll be out gleaming and sparkling.
Yeah, like she just got out of fucking shower. She's just flawless. And I was thinking, if Doomsday can't put a fucking dent on her, who is she gonna fight in her own movie? Apparently Ares.
And even Ares, he didn't put a dent on her.
Ares, the god of war, with all his infinite power and whatnot, he pretty much killed every god, which I don't believe at all.
Except Zeus.
Which again, I still don't believe the Ares could kill every god. But
in this story he can, so
we'll gloss over that.
Yeah.
But even when they're fighting, at no point does it look like maybe she's fatigued, maybe she suffered some damage, maybe she's a little dirty. She went through she crossed no man's land, which is a muddy fucking pile of crap fucking warfield. And she's flawless throughout the whole fucking thing.
Yep.
They take over this town, which is like covered in dirt and grime and everything. Fucking flawless. Why?
Don't know.
Like, if you're gonna make me believe that this superhero who's a female is taking on these bad guys, I can believe it. You're taking me out of the moment by trying to tell me that she's gonna do all these incredible things, go through this incredibly dirty battlefield,
and not have a spot on her.
She's not gonna have a fucking speck of dirt on her.
Mm-hmm.
That's bullshit. And then one of the other issues that I had was the squad of people that she had with her.
Okay.
Because Steve, he was a good actor. I liked his character.
Yeah, Chris Pine had amazing chemistry with her.
It was good. I very much liked the whole dynamic with them.
Mm-hmm. Even if the ending was a little too Captain America for me. A guy named Steve in a big old plane with weapons of mass destruction, having to like land the plane or explode it so that way they can save the woman they love.
I was kind of hoping that he wouldn't die just so they could kind of continue that.
Yeah.
But I am very okay with the fact that he did die. He died a good way, and it picks her story.
He died a hero, yeah.
Yeah. The chief guy, he was pretty cool. He's got eyes and ears in a lot of places. He's got ammunition. He's got a bunch of stuff. Yeah, it's useful. Right. Yeah. The guy, the swindler guy that can speak multiple languages and he can act his way. He's good. I like that guy. He was very funny.
You're getting to the fucking Scottish guy who I also have a problem with.
That motherfucker did not do a goddamn thing.
My God, when I saw the movie, the Scottish guy, they built him up to be this great sniper, right?
He's like the best shot out there. And he's I never want to see their faces because I'm so far away.
And he has a moment where he is at a campfire and he's asleep, right? And he gets dreams of ghosts. And the chief says, he sees ghosts. And that's why he has nightmares and stuff like that. He's haunted by being in the war or whatever, you know?
Yeah.
And freaking, you think that's going to go somewhere. Because during battle, he can't snipe a guy in a bell tower. And it's like, okay.
It's like sniper versus sniper and he can't do anything.
He's probably going to later on get over that, maybe with Wonder Woman's help. And he is going to get over that and, get over that hurdle and snipe someone successfully. They never go back to that at all. Third act, nothing happens. He just continues holding a rifle and shooting whenever
normal
he can,
rifle, but not a sniper rifle.
But it never shows him successfully getting over his fears and sniping someone, which I guess some people like because it's a realistic take on someone who is traumatized by war. But it doesn't make sense in the context of this movie.
It doesn't make sense in the context of this movie because it's like we have our lead man. He's like a pilot. He knows what he's doing. He's a spy. He's got spy skills. He's useful here. We have the guy who has what's the word I'm looking for? He has certain skills that the other ones don't have. He has he knows the terrain. He knows where to get stuff. He has the money and whatever. The recon. He's the recon guy.
Everyone has something to contribute, but the Scottish guy, except for the Scottish guy, sings. He sings, and that's his contribution somehow.
And it sucks. You shouldn't have had him there.
Yeah, he can sing pretty well for a Scottish guy. I'm not saying Scottish guys suck as singers, but he can sing.
So you're telling me in this quest for D&D, you have the thief, you have the bard, you have the tank. You're complaining about the bard?
Because he doesn't do anything.
He should be a sniper.
He should be I'm expecting.
Or their marksman. Their archer.
He's their marksman, and he specifically tries to use a sniper rifle. I'm expecting him to be hey, Wonder Woman, and the other guys are in the middle of a fight, and he's way the fuck over here. I'm gonna snipe these motherfuckers that are sneaking up on my crew, or I'm gonna snipe these guys. I'm gonna give him cover fire from way over here because I'm such a good shot. He's right there in the middle with them. His sniper skills, his marksman skills, are fucking worthless right there. He never snipes anybody.
I'm so glad you have that complaint because everyone I've talked to never brings it up, and I always do, and they go oh yeah, you're right, or I didn't have a problem with it. It didn't seem like a problem to me. It's a big problem.
It's a big problem.
To be fair,
it's like you bring a heavy guy with the heavy machine gun, and not once does he ever use the machine gun. Why bring him then?
You two could talk about that because I have never seen the goddamn movie.
But would you agree that that's kind of pointless to bring up a sniper and how good he is only to not have him snipe?
Maybe in the next movie?
No, they're all dead.
Okay, that's even worse.
This is World War I.
Yeah, and
they're all dead.
I've never seen the movie.
The next Wonder Woman movie will take place later on. Way later on. Present day.
Present day. Which was another kind of complaint that I had about this movie, where it's a Wonder Woman, good movie. No, absolutely no goddamn reason why it needs to be after Batman v Superman. You should have put this before Batman v Superman. That way, in her story arc in Batman v Superman, where she's trying to find the fucking photograph, you know why she's trying to find the fucking photograph. You know why she says, hey, I've kind of given up on man and they have to decide their own fate and blah, blah, blah. You can understand that. That would make better sense if her origin story was before Batman v Superman. The fact that it's after, it still kind of makes sense, I guess, but it would have been more relevant beforehand.
You know that Warner Brothers wanted to put your asses in the seat and sell tickets. And to do that, they gotta hype it up with two iconic heroes. Batman versus Superman. That's the only reason why that came out first. They wanted to get your asses in seats to watch these DC movies now.
And they did.
And
I hated it.
So yeah.
But yeah, that's kind of the whole point. The entirety of the movie is It starts off with her in modern times. Bruce Wayne, or like his company, gives her the original photograph that she has in Batman v Superman, like the photograph that she's trying to look for. He gives her the original. Flashback to her as a child, which, by the way, I did like the child actor.
Yeah, she was great.
She was great. Flashback to her childhood, to her teenage years, to her Wonder Woman years, to the war, World War One, and like the ending of World War One, and like the last 5 minutes is her in modern days. Like, yeah, I guess maybe whatever. None of that really matters right now. And then that's it. Why you couldn't just cut out the beginning and that end where it's in modern times and just told me the entire origin story before Batman v Superman? Like have it Superman, then Wonder Woman, then maybe Batman v Superman, because we don't need to rehash Batman again.
Well, I already told you the reason, but yes.
Yeah, the reason.
I agree.
Like that would have been better. That was just it makes no sense.
Well, see, they probably didn't think Wonder Woman would sell, so they made the movie last, and look at how it's doing now.
Because I admit myself, I was hesitant. But I was not hesitant because I didn't think Wonder Woman would do well. I was hesitant because you've proven time your track record sucks. Like even if Marvel comes out and it's like, and critics are like, "Oh, this Marvel movie sucks, not as good as these ones, whatever." It's like track record tells me. I mean, it may not be a good Marvel movie, but it'll still be a good movie.
Yeah,
that's what the track record tells me.
None of their movies are terrible or bad. They're always good they're always average to good.
Yeah, they're always like 7s or above.
Yeah,
like a 7, it would be a bad Marvel movie. But it's still better than like most other movies.
With that rating, how do you guys feel about Homecoming?
I've only seen the trailers.
Okay, I'm really nervous about it because...
Jackie, please. We're having a discussion about Homecoming. You can add in later. But go ahead.
I'm really worried because...
I'm thinking about asking a girl to Homecoming, to be honest.
I have some rope you can hang yourself with. But when you're done, I want it back. Because you're up?
You're going to have to pry for my cold, dead body.
Yeah,
that is the plan.
Jackie, please!
Jackie, shut it!
Yeah, we know Homecoming is bad. That's why his face wants to go.